Well, a little follow-up video to, I guess I don't think I've really said what this project is, but I'm building a mobile home lab, basically, in that mobile wrap case I made a short on recently. And, oh, man. So, learning how to do stuff without reading the manuals is kind of a challenge, especially when you don't know what you're doing. So this R430 here, this one, I've been working on getting set up. This is the one with 4 2TB drives, 40 gig Intel SSD, and that's booting ESXi off a flash drive. And I have a few different VMs right now. I have a Windows VM, a piHole VM, a TrueNAS VM, and a pfSense VM. I think running the piHole VM might be silly because I think I can probably put piHole on TrueNAS, so I might change that. We'll see. Honestly, I could probably put pfSense on TrueNAS too, for all I know. But this gives me a little bit more control. I kind of want pfSense separate, just so it's a little bit easier to manage. pfSense took some figuring out to do because, like I said, I didn't read the manuals. I kind of skimmed through some tutorials. And honestly, the issue I ran into was I just didn't have a clue what I was doing. And I found that doing it through this, I don't know what you call it. It's just the interface off the virtual machine, I guess, basically, was the easiest way. The thing that was screwing me up was I wasn't giving an IP range to the IP address for the router, and nothing could get online. So yeah, I didn't really understand what the settings meant. So I wanted to get it done. I didn't have time to learn how to do this, especially when I'm not really going to use pfSense, since I like my router as it is. But yeah, so all these virtual machines are currently running off pfSense. So luckily this server has 4 network ports. I think this one's my internet in. This is my internet out, or router out, from the pfSense box. And then I have these other 2 network ports back here that are on their own virtual switch, which are going to be internet connections for the virtual machines. And obviously this one here is iDRAC. And I'm using this switch right now, which, these cables have become a mess. There was a method to the madness, but I don't know what it is anymore. I think this one's the management interface for ESXi. This one, I believe, is my laptop that I have plugged into it, and then these are just other stuff. I don't even know. I have 3 plugged in. Oh, this one must be plugged into nothing. Yeah, alright. It's like, why do I have an extra cable? But, yeah, so this switch and this server is my network right now for at least just this setup here. And making progress. I'm not sure quite yet how to set up piHole. I think I need to find the DNS settings. I don't know. I've never dealt with pfSense, so I don't know how to specify the DNS settings. On top of that, I don't know if I have my piHole set up correctly yet, so yeah. And it's kind of a problem right now because the piHole is currently sharing an IP address with the install of Linux, Ubuntu Linux that I have it running on, which is totally not the ideal way to do it, I'm sure, but so I have to manually type in the IP address and add admin to the end. Remember what my password is. Let's see here. piHole. It's not something I'm going to type in and deal with on camera, but so I need to make sure that's configured. And then I'll have to figure out how to set up the DNS settings on this, so it'll use the piHole as my primary DNS. piHole's not really necessary, but now that I've been running it, I kind of like having it, so not something I want to give up. But yeah, I'm trying to think what I have to do next. I need to set up file sharing on TrueNAS. I'm going to try to do that by memory, even though I know I won't be able to do it right. I wish TrueNAS was a little bit easier to work with. Like, it's fantastic once you get it set up, but unless you work on it regularly, trying to remember how to configure things is a headache. I don't even know what is the current IP address. Oops. TrueNAS 55. So TrueNAS right now, whoops. What is TrueNAS's password? Okay, it's that one. Did I do that correctly? Oh, no I didn't. Okay. Not that these passwords matter, but I figure I probably shouldn't share them. At least they're not password. I like doing password for password a lot if it's just something that's test that I'm going to delete. But yeah, so I got this TrueNAS box set up with 3 terabytes of storage. I believe I have a total of 5.46 after the RAID 5, so it leaves me some space. Honestly, I'm not going to fill this up. It's just going to be a test thing, but I believe I need to make a user account, and then I need to set up SMB share, and that's really it for TrueNAS for making the drive accessible. I'm not going to be setting up any replication tasks to back stuff up because this is just something I'm doing for fun. But yeah, and overall I've been impressed because I have hit this thing as hard as I could with the virtual machines I have set up, basically booting them all at once. And I think I only got up to 8 gigahertz of utilization out of my 11, so I have a little bit of overhead. I didn't give the Windows VM a ton of horsepower though. Like, it has RAM. All these VMs have a lot of RAM, but I only gave it 3 virtual CPUs. So I meant to say not the 16 gig. I only gave it 3 virtual CPUs. I think yeah, it's a little bit more generous on TrueNAS. I gave it 4, figuring that was going to hit a lot harder than anything else. pfSense I gave it 2. piHole I believe I only gave it 2 as well. Yeah. So haven't provisioned a lot. All these virtual machines I use the SSD for boot storage. And I did, I forget what it's called. I think it's thick provision lazily zeroed. Yeah, thick provision lazily zeroed. I wanted to lock the storage to the virtual machines because I don't want to accidentally run out of space by over provisioning. So I think... Oh, alright, I'm looking at the wrong line. Yeah, so out of the 450 gigabytes, I've provisioned 350. So I have another 100 gigabytes worth of space available, basically, but I really don't think there's anything else I need this server to do. Maybe if I want to get crazy and set up a PXE boot server for some strange reason, but I think I pretty much have everything that I'm going to want going on this server at this time. It's kind of funny because it's making me realize how overpowered and silly my current main server is, but at least I have headroom. Yeah, really, even the memory utilization's not that much. I'm not sure. I think a lot of these, I don't know if this is actually utilization even, like TrueNAS isn't doing anything, so it shouldn't need 6.86 gigs, but I don't know if maybe it locks some of that any utilization for tasks and stuff. Looks like TrueNAS has a different idea of how much memory it's using. But Yeah, either way, progress. I still have some more parts I need to round up and stuff. Also, I want to blow this out. That was kind of dusty when I put it together, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna get that nice and clean. Then I'm going to work on putting stuff together, basically, and yeah, that'll be the fun part, really. Putting it together, making it work. I'll still have some setup to do. Um, Trying to think if I get motivated, I'm probably going to set up one of the PoE powered access points I have. I think it's Ingenious branded one that I have that I don't really like, that I'll probably set up for this little project just for the fun of it. And the only reason I don't like it is, for whatever reason, it is a very stubborn access point, and with between my phone and that access point, they won't disconnect and connect to the stronger signal. So that's really the only reason why I'm not using it. But yeah, this is making its way. There's still quite a bit I have to do, but I'm kind of curious what the end result's going to look like. I mean, I have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but I'm kind of hoping it's as exciting as I think it's going to be once it's done. I mean, it's kind of a silly project, but at the same time, it's something I thought it'd be fun to do. Make a mobile home lab setup where I could pretend I needed it to on-site video editing or whatever. I don't know. This is just a dumb idea, probably, but I think it'll be fun in the end. So if you made it this far somehow, thanks for watching.